You're here for Etihad today, talking about the new line to Dusseldorf and what that entails, but we know you like to travel as well. You've been around on your Instagram and stuff like that. So when you first came over here, Ilkay, to England, what is the one thing that British people should know about German food? And what would you say is the one thing you miss about Germany's culture as well in terms of the food?
Wow. Food is a difficult thing with me, to be honest. I mean, even though I was born in Germany and I grew up in Germany, I have quite the Turkish influence on me, I would say, because of my family, because of my grandma, my mom, who were cooking all the time. So I can't really praise German food that much, actually. I mean, they have a few good things, but the influence on the Turkish side was just too big, I would say, because you can imagine Turkish family. A lot of people, big family. We came together, especially on the weekends, to have meals together with the whole family. We have barbecues in the summer. So the food was mainly always Turkish, actually. So
what's the big Turkish dish that you miss the most? I know you can get Turkish here, but maybe doesn't hit quite right as at home.
There are a lot of things, to be honest. There are several type of soups, that I love. And my parents, they were just over, and I asked my mom a couple of times to make a proper lentil soup for me, which is called mercimek, which is one of my favorites, to be honest. But then meats, pastas, rice. We have different things like cacık, which my wife loves a lot. Personally, I love a dish called mantı, which is type of ravioli, maybe I would say, filled with meat, a pasta type filled with meat, with yogurt on top, like garlic yogurt, and then a little bit butter, heated butter from the pan, which is one of my personal favorites, actually.
So, Ilkay, you sound like an unbelievable foodie. When you came over to Britain, to England, how did you find the food? I know you've just revealed that you've never had a proper fish and chips, but did you struggle with English food when you came over?
I don't think so. I mean, obviously, we are kind of spoiled, I would say. I mean, we have our chefs here at the training ground. I used to have someone at home also cooking, with a lot of Mediterranean influence, I would say, or Italian kitchen, Asian kitchen. I think there are some really good spots, in the city center to go out to have a good meal. I wouldn't say I am so much into like proper English food. I can't really tell you actually what is proper. The only thing I know is
I can't tell you either, to be
the only thing I can tell you is like Sunday roast, on Sundays, and we have it even here at the training ground, which is quite nice, with the gravy, and everything.
You like gravy?
I like gravy, yeah. I like gravy. It's actually really nice.
Proper northern. Yeah.
But yeah, I never had, as I said to you before, I never had like a proper dirty, if you want to say it like that, fish and chips.
Yeah, Blackpool, mate. Gotta go to Blackpool.
Is any recommendation? I might try it, or I have to properly try it, I guess. But yeah, other than that, I can't really tell you a lot about English food, actually.
We need to go to Blackpool, basically. Okay, we'll go get fish and chips.
By the beach, isn't it?
By the beach, yeah. Nice, yeah. And then final one from me, obviously, huge Football Manager fan. You play it really well. Really interested in terms of your interest in the coaching and analytical side of the game. How do you approach playing with different City teammates from a tactical point? For instance, if you had Erling Haaland or Alvarez up front, how does that differ for you in terms of the playing style, and how do you approach that from an analytical point of view?
First of all, I think every player brings different qualities, into the team. And if you take that example, with Erling and Julian, even though they both definitely know how to score goals, they bring different qualities in between the lines, in possession, in runs in behind. Where Erling is maybe the player, you can find him in the space, in behind, because he makes that great runs, with his pace, with his strength, into that area. Julian is a bit more of a different player. He can do that maybe as well, but he likes to drop as well, gets the ball maybe a little bit deeper. That opens up space for me or for Kevin, for the wingers, to get in behind. It's just slightly different, you know, and it's always about adapting to the players next to you as a team, and try to bring all the strengths of every individual player on the pitch as good as possible.
And then finally, where are you at now on Football Manager, and what tactic are you implementing at the moment?
You know, I've stopped for a bit now because I just became father a few weeks ago. So time, thank you.
But unfortunate about Football Manager.
Yeah, one of my best mates was actually texting me the other day like, we don't find any more time, you know, to play, because we used to play together online in the German Bundesliga. And we were doing actually quite well. We got promoted. He with Hamburg, me with Nuremberg, my former team. We got promoted, you know, and after 3-4 seasons, we started playing Europa League, you know, both of us. And then with my personal situation at home, things changed. We have to get started again, you know, at one point, I guess. But it seems to be quite difficult right now. But yeah, as I've mentioned before, I used to love to play when there was the time. Maybe now, you know, with all the away trips coming, you know, when you're in a hotel room and have a little bit of time, maybe that's the moment to get back into it. But for now, unfortunately, time is a bit limited.
I absolutely love that your friend doesn't want you to be a father and just wants you to play Football Manager.
Yeah, he already mentioned to me the other day, like, you have to show me the little one. We have to organize like a video call, FaceTime call. But then the next sentence was like, yeah, we need to play again as well. So
Congratulations on the baby, but let's get back to play football. Football Manager, yeah.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, I think I've used up all of our time there. So thank you very much for speaking to us today, and good luck for the rest of the season.